In this video and in the next videos we are going to build a drawing app. Therefore, let's create a new project. Empty activity, click on next. Let's call it drawing app and finish. Alright, the first thing to do is to create a class. I'm gonna right click on the package, go to new, select Kotlin class file, let's choose file and let's call it drawing view. Let's type class drawing view, and in the primary constructor I'm gonna type context. I'm gonna explain immediately why. Context, and let's import. Let's type here attrs for attribute set, attr attribute set. Now we want to inherit from the view class. I'm going to explain immediately why. And the view class needs a context, so this is why I define a context there, and the attribute set. So I'm going to type attrs. So let's import the view. Now, why I inherited from the view class? I inherited from the view class because if you want your class to be treated by the Android system as a view, you need to inherit from the view, because the view contains all the necessary code which is required in order for your class drawing view to be recognized by the Android system that it's a view. It's not just a class, it's a view, it's a UI component. So you need to inherit from the view class, and that is gonna make sure that the Android system is gonna treat your class as a view. So you can call this drawing view if you inherit from the view in the XML code. So you can type drawing view and you'll see the drawing view appearing as a suggestion. Now at this moment what we have is just a simple view, because we inherited from the view, so you got all the functionality and properties that the view has, but we didn't add new things which are specific for the drawing view. As you can see, this is basic inheritance. I had an example of that with using this kind of approach in my videos about inheritance, and this is a practical example where you can see practically that inheritance is doing a lot of work and is very powerful, because you can inherit from the view. You have all of those functions and properties, and you can build upon that a new view, which is a drawing view, which is our own view, which is going to have our own properties and functionalities. Now let's put curly braces. Now I'm going to create some variables here, and I'm going to explain after I type all of them what they are doing. So I'm going to put some comments first. Let's type here drawing path, and I'm going to create down here internal inner class finger path. Let's type here var color of type int and val brush thickness, also of type float is gonna be, and we're gonna inherit from the path. Right? Let's import that, and down here I will type private val private latent var draw path of type finger path. Then I'm going to type private latent var, but let's put also a comment here, comment, and type defines what to draw, and I will type here private latent var canvas canvas paint of type paint. Let's add a space between them. Let's create another private, but let's type here comment defines how to draw, and I'm gonna type here private latent var draw paint, also of type paint. All right, then I'm gonna type private color private var color equals color dot black. Then I'm gonna type private, let's put those here, private canvas private val canvas of type canvas, private latent private latent var canvas of type canvas, and private latent var canvas bitmap of type bitmap. Alright, so we have now our properties set. I'm gonna type here init, and I'm gonna type set up drawing, and I'm gonna create this down here, private fun setup drawing, and I'm gonna set up our drawing. But first let's explain what we have here. So we have this draw path, the canvas paint, we have draw paint, we have the color canvas and canvas bitmap, and you also need to pass here private brush private var brush size, I forgot about this, of type float equals to 0.2 float. For whatever reason it's not working. 0.2 float. Alright, now let's see what all of those variables are doing. Alright, so now let's see what our variables are and what are they doing. So first let's start with the canvas class, and the canvas class holds the draw calls. To draw something you need 4 basic components: a bitmap to hold the pixels, a canvas to hold the draw calls written into the bitmap, a drawing primitive like path, text, a bitmap, and a paint to describe the colors, the style for the drawing. And let's look at those individually. First, the canvas. As the name implies, the canvas is what you draw upon. It is the drawing surface for what you are drawing, and it knows how to transfer that drawing to the actual view. The canvas is your convenient middleman that abstracts away the nuances of writing directly to the underlying view. The Android Developer Guide calls it an interface, which pretends to be the actual surface upon which your graphics will be drawn, while in reality it holds all of your draw calls and then places them into the window for you. Now, the paint. After you obtain the surface to draw upon, the canvas, you also need something to draw with, the paint. As the name implies, the paint object holds the style and color information. It defines the color, style, font, and so forth for each shape you draw. Next we have the path. Now that we have the surface to draw upon and the drawing object to use to draw upon that, you need to decide what direction that you want to draw. Do you want to go up, down, left, or right? This direction is known as the path, as in path. It provides geometric paths consisting of straight lines, quadratic curves, cubic curves. One more thing that I want to say is the difference between Canvas and Paint. The Android graphics framework divides drawing into two areas: what to draw, handled by Canvas, and how to draw, handled by Paint. For instance, Canvas provides a method to draw a line, while Paint provides methods to define that line's color. Canvas has a method to draw a rectangle, while Paint defines whatever to fill that rectangle with a color or leave it empty. Simply put, Canvas defines shapes that you can draw on the screen, while Paint defines the color, style, font, and so forth for each shape you draw. Now, let's set up our properties down here. So, as you can see here, I typed here defines what to draw, and this is gonna define how to draw. So down here I will type draw paint equals to paint. Then I'm gonna type draw path equals finger path, pass the color, and the brush size. Next I'm gonna type mdraw paint or draw paint color equals to color. Draw paint dot style, I'm gonna put equals to paint dot style dot stroke. Then I'm gonna type draw paint dot stroke join equals paint dot join dot round. Then I'm gonna type draw paint dot stroke cap, I'm gonna type equals to paint dot cap dot round, and I'm gonna type here brush size equals to 22 float. Right. Alright, so this now sets up our properties for our drawing view, and I think I'm gonna end this video here, and we'll continue our discussion in the next video.